Hey guys, this is a tutorial for my latest release, the Darth Maul lightsaber. It's a much more complex design compared to my previous two releases, hence the tutorial. Okay, let's get started. Grab the two main shafts, line them up together. The groove right here splits it into two parts. Let's deal with the front section first. Grab this piece. I call it a cap. You can also see that there is a number 1 engraved on the inner side of it. It means that this is the very first piece of the entire saber. Now I call it the first because I count it lining up this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see that compared to an assembled kit, that really is the cap of the entire saber. There is 7 pieces in the front section, including this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it on backwards, starting from the piece number 7, which is this one. There's actually a number 7 engraved in the inside of the piece. I believe it's hard to capture on camera. Anyway, line up the grooves and just slide it down. Then we go to number 6. The piece number 6 and number 5 are these two smaller rings. They're actually identical, so either you put in 5 or number 6, it doesn't really matter. Okay, next up is piece number 4, which is, that's number 2, number 3. This one, see that 4 engraved on the lip right there? The protruding section face downwards, put it in like this. So that's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Line up the screw section and just gently turn it about 180 degrees. And as long as it's tight enough so the whole thing doesn't wobble around, that's good enough. Do not over tighten this part, because in the end it's all plastic structure. If you turn it too tightly, it's gonna mess up the internals. Okay, we have the head section completed. Let's move on to the main body, or the mid section. This part is actually much easier. Grab part number 8, slide it down, number 9. Now you'll notice that this part is sliding up and down. We don't want that. We want it fixed in place. To do that, see this groove right here? Line it up with this hole, not these two. This hole. Line it up and grab your CoverTech wheel, push it in. This would lock this piece in place. Now it's not going anywhere. Okay. Next up is the rib structure. These, they're all numbered and they all have different internal diameter. Progressively smaller internal diameter to be precise. So they have to go in following a defined sequence. You see that number 10 here? Grab a ring that says 10 and put it in. There you go. The little bit of a gap is left there by design. That's how you get a hollow rib structure, just like the original prop. Number 13. There you go. Now the top half of the lightsaber is completely done. Screw on the crystal chamber. Again, do not over tighten these. Grab your number 14. It's actually the same as number 8, this one, so they're interchangeable. The number 15. When you slide it on, pay attention that this rectangular structure points this way, because it has to line up with the other little rectangle on the tail ring. Turn it in, line it up, And this part is a little bit hard to do. There you go. It's all lined up. Second to last step, put on the buttons. Now these are just pressure fit. Push them in and they should stay there. And if these get loose over time, just a tad bit of super glue should put them in place. And finally, a crystal into the crystal chamber. Okay, let's line up the buttons. There we go. Now, if you get two sabers together, of course you can put them together into one big saber. When you buy two of these, the package is gonna come with a this, what you call it, a midsection, a connector. Take off the tail ring, instead put in the connector. Do the same with the other one. And you get the Maul saber staff. Notice that the two lightsabers are not exactly identical, in that only one of them has the CoverTech wheel, the other one does not, which is actually faithful to the prop. You can hang this whole thing off of your belt by the CoverTech wheel with the belt clip that comes with the kit. But do be careful that when this massive a thing hangs off your belt, it might bump into stuff, and this, in the end, they're plastic and can be brittle. So please be careful. And of course, if pieces do break, I would gladly send replacement parts to you at shipping cost only. Alrighty, thank you very much.